Hey there! In this video series, we will be making an autonomous robot vacuum that can navigate around obstacles and clean the floor. I first started by taking these parts. I connected the Arduino Nano and ultrasonic sensor on the breadboard and made the necessary connections according to the circuit diagram given below. Then I made a test code, and as you can see, it shows the distance accurately enough. The ultrasonic sensors have a transmitter and a receiver, which emit ultrasonic sound waves, and by recording the time taken to receive the signal, we can calculate the distance. Then I got an L293D motor driver and wired up the motors, and connected the input pins to the Arduino Nano. But since my Arduino Nano was a clone and did not have original FTDI chip, I faced some problems uploading the code, so I switched to the Arduino Uno. Instead of using AA batteries, I decided to use 18650 battery with a boost converter for powering everything. But this posed a problem, as you will see later in the video. I connected the 5V output of the board to the Uno, but though it turned on, it could not trigger the motor driver as the voltage was too low. So I had to power it using the 12V DC jack, as it had an inbuilt voltage regulator which did a better job. Then I connected the ultrasonic sensor, and after uploading a basic code, when I put my hand above the sensor, the motor starts spinning in a different direction. Note that if your motors are not able to move, try turning them on one after the other. Now heading on to the vacuum part, I got a geared motor with a strong motor and removed the gearbox. And for the fan type, there are mainly two fan types, axial and impellers. Impellers work by pushing air outwards and creating a low pressure region in the center. So I tested the impeller and it worked fine, as you can see. Then I got a circular piece of cardboard and arranged everything on it in appropriate heights for the geared motors and wheels. But since I was facing many problems with my L293D driver, I decided to make my own with a different IC according to the circuit diagram. And once I made sure it worked, I assembled everything more permanently. Since the sensor will be needed to look left right along with front, I got a servo and mounted the sensor onto it. I later stuck the impeller to the motor from the gears I got from the gearbox, which made it more balanced. Then using the perforated board and wires, I made a more permanent board, which also makes it easier to attach and remove the board. Then after testing the impeller and motor, I got a box and mounted it with a filter. Since this box takes more space, I mounted the motors upwards. A problem I noticed was that the boost converter could not supply enough current and kept restarting. And when I used a power bank, it worked. So I used two 18650s in series. Then I made a stand for the servo to spin the sensor. Since this cardboard was flimsy, I made a new one which was thicker and stronger. And since my motors were too fast, after experimenting with some other motors, I settled on a motor I found from a kit. Then I made a sample code and defined moving front, back, etc. with the void function. In this code, it just moves in a wave or a PWM pattern, as you can see. So after testing it, I made the full navigation sequence. While I can't explain what all of the almost 400 lines mean, they are just if statements with loops which add a lot of functionality. This code is the same as the previous code until it detects that the obstacle is no longer there, and instead of going away from it, returns back to the original position and takes the other path to cover more area. Additionally, it keeps checking left to see when the obstacle ends and turns around it and loops the code. There is a left and right version of this in the code so that it can cover the maximum area. There is still a problem. As you may have seen, the wheels I used, despite their looks, had very less grip and were imbalanced. So I tried making a speedometer kind of setup with an LDR, but I won't go into too much detail as it did not help much. Then I hooked up the vacuum with a filter that lets more air through and tested it. It even checks the right and left distance before turning and takes a full 180 degrees if it is blocked. And the vacuum, though not very powerful, can lift dust and pieces of paper. So in the next part of the video, I will improve the wheels as they pose a big problem along with the vacuum setup, and make it more finished and usable along with new features. If you like the video, well, like the video and subscribe for more.